Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why JLo and benaffleck.
JLo testified at the grand jury, as did many other people. It needs to be reopened, because if that is in fact the case, she carried the gun in and she lied to the grand jury.
She was crying a lot. She was a mess. Probably what was going through her mind is her career flashing before.
After learning that the FBI supposedly obtained some incriminating footage of her during a raid on Diddy's home, Jello is currently in a panic. In addition, Jello may be in legal hot water because she lied to Diddy in 1999 to get out of jail. This whole situation is crazy, you guys. Hold on to your seats while I explain why Jello is deeply regretting the day she met Diddy. As everyone knows, JLo and Diddy had a brief but intense romance in the past. Diddy was the biggest at the time. JLo was the most attractive up-and-coming star of the moment. Whether it was music or TV series, everything she touched became Hollywood gold. It wasn't shocking when she and Diddy collaborated on her album because she was a rapidly emerging star. Diddy apparently spotted his opportunity when Jello's first marriage dissolved on the 6th, while she was working on her record. Diddy claims that when he saw Jello, it was love at first sight. But it took Jello a while to get to know Diddy. Diddy's bad boy antics reportedly didn't please Jello at first, but as they spent more time together and got to know one another, Jello began to warm up to Diddy. The world went nuts when Jello and Diddy officially announced their relationship during awards season. The combination of Jenny from the Block and Diddy, a bad boy rapper, appeared strange, yet it was adored. In any case, their relationship rapidly soured, and the two became embroiled in a variety of turmoil. Following their split, Jello spoke with Vibe magazine about the difficulties she had dating Diddy. Jello never captured him, as you are all aware. Diddy was a serial cheater, in her opinion. Jello occasionally had to go out and find Diddy since their relationship was so poisonous. In the 2003 Vibe interview, she even acknowledged it, stating, "I was in this relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. My entire life truly went into a tailspin." She responded, "I can't remember right now, but I won't say it didn't happen," when asked if she had ever hunted Diddy down in a hotel room. "Even though I never saw him, I knew he would claim to be off to a club for a few hours and then never return that evening." According to rumors, Diddy cheated on JLo so frequently that he once did it while she was upstairs. The worst thing is that Jello threw him a lavish party and showed him all kinds of considerate things throughout the day during this specific occasion.
Came from Jennifer had just gave him this hell of a day. I mean, like, we went to the Miami Hurricanes game. We went to Miami State Hurricane. We was on the field while they were playing and stuff. And he gave him a party at 321 in Miami. She rented a club, gave him a party, gave him this big backyard party, dinner and everything like that. They gave him a party at the club.
Then hosted a reception at the club for him. Even though Diddy and Jello's relationship ended more than 20 years ago, for those who don't remember, the circumstances that led to their 1999 arrest may still be haunting Jello today. Jello and Diddy were detained after becoming involved in a police pursuit back in December 1999. As you can see, Diddy and Jello were in a club just before the notorious police chase. It is said that Diddy got into a fight with Jello and used a weapon that he forced her to carry for him, gravely injuring 3 people. Following the event, Jello was promptly released from custody.
Puffy and Shine allegedly got into an argument with another partier shortly before 3 a.m. Someone tossed a wad of cash at Combs as a sign of disrespect. Suddenly, all hell broke loose.
And at some point, one of those people in that group fired off guns and other gunfire was had.
Diddy, on the other hand, was facing numerous charges. Therefore it is said that he attempted to bribe his driver with $50,000 in order to escape responsibility for the events of that evening. Diddy was exonerated of all accusations when the matter finally reached court, but Moses Shine, one of Diddy's companions that day, was ultimately held accountable for the violence at the club that evening and was sentenced to prison. One of the victims of the nightclub incident, Natanya, has been claiming for years that she witnessed Diddy brandish a weapon that evening and that he then used it on her.
I think you even said it to the doctor that night, right?
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur and have described it, vehemently to all parties involved.
However, Natanya claims that JLo lied about what actually transpired when she testified in court. Natanya claims that JLo lied about what she witnessed and even neglected to disclose that Diddy reportedly made her carry the firearm inside the club. Suge Knight also stated that he is aware that JLo lied that fateful night in a recent interview with Chris Cuomo. According to Suge, this is where things start to become complicated for JLo. In addition to his conviction that JLo lied in court to spare Diddy from jail time, he also claims that during a police raid on Diddy's home, they discovered some extremely incriminating videos of JLo. Suge hinted that these tapes were sufficient to cause JLo great concern, but he didn't go into specifics about what was on them. Furthermore, Suge asserted that Ben's realization of JLo and Diddy's actions and how their deception made Shine the fall guy in the nightclub incident was the reason why JLo and Ben's marriage reached an unsalvageable point. People began thinking, this is it for JLo, as Suge's interview began to go viral. Just look at a few of these responses. I believe that JLo's entire world is going to be turned upside down. I believe she is aware of everything that occurred. JLo, no questions asked. There is nothing to explain. Americans possess sufficient intelligence. Your divorce was a good thing, Ben Affleck. Man, in 2024, they both suffered the most. Ben Affleck and JLo got divorced. Her tour was cancelled. Her conceit was evident in her documentary. Diddy, how can I even start to deal with his outbursts, Baby Oil, Cassie, and so many others, without upsetting Diddy? There would have been a price for her to remain on the block. You will now answer for the man who was imprisoned and the woman who was shot. For Chris Judd, Jello was conceited from the beginning. I think he was bribed to wed Jennifer in order to erase all of this negative press. I also think he was deeply in love with her. When Ben decided to leave, he did so wisely. I wish Jennifer luck. She is determined and has gone this far for her past to finally catch up with her. All I can hope for is that she hasn't done anything to hurt herself. It is heartbreaking to consider that she might have contributed to a man being imprisoned for 10 years when he didn't deserve it. Pictures of Diddy and Jello in bed have been making the rounds after his arrest, which has made folks wonder what actually happened in their relationship. Natanya, on the other hand, is pleased with the way things are going. Although Natanya is happy that Diddy has been brought to justice, she has some sympathy for Jello and the events of those years ago. She claims that Jello felt compelled to take the necessary actions to shield herself from Diddy and his anger. If stories are to be believed, Jello's marriage to Ben was severely damaged by what happened with Diddy all those years ago, thus it appears that Diddy is still haunting her now. Jello is currently suffering greatly as a result of it. When Jello talked to Nikki Glazer about her life after her divorce, she said that although it seems lonely, strange, frightening, depressing, and desperate, these sensations won't kill her if she sits through them and moves on. It seems as though I can truly experience joy and happiness on my own. I'm not defined by my relationship status. Finding happiness in other people is not something I can do. I must find contentment within myself. I used to claim to be a happy person, but I was still searching for someone else to fill the void, and now it's like, no, I'm fine. A source who talked to People magazine claims that since Ben wasn't going to change, Jello felt she had no other option. Was this due to the Diddy incident or the rumors that surfaced a few weeks ago that Ben didn't like Jello's personality? It seems that problems in their marriage began when Jello began to increase her workload in order to get ready for her tour. According to reports, Ben has not been delighted with the amount of public scrutiny their relationship has recently received because to Jello. You see, Jello chose to focus the majority of the songs on her romance with Ben for her upcoming album, and it seems that Ben doesn't really like this. Jello even admits that all of this has caused Ben some discomfort. I don't think he's very comfortable with me doing all of this, but he loves me, he knows I'm an artist, and he's going to support me in every way he can, JLo stated in her recent documentary, This Is Me, Now a Love Story, because he knows he can't stop me from writing the words I wrote and making the music I made. That's gonna happen, and he doesn't want to stop me. However, that does not imply that he is at ease in his role as the muse. In any case, there have also been rumors that JLo has been pressuring Ben to step outside of his comfort zone in order to conform to her ideal of him. In order to make Ben appear a little younger, JLo allegedly urged him to have fillers. JLo allegedly provided justification for this by pointing out that many of his pals get fillers. One of the main causes of the rupture in their marriage has reportedly been Ben's frustration with JLo's attention-seeking activities in the media lately. However, what are your thoughts on this entire drama? Is Diddy really going to implicate JLo when the chips are down? Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and please stay put. This whole JLo and Diddy issue is going to become hot, so please leave your thoughts in the comments section and stay tuned.